All right, y'all. It has come to my attention that htop is not available in the repositories for CentOS. So I'm going to do this quick video to show you guys how to get it to the point where you can actually do what I'm asking you to do. So a little bit of background on what I'm about to do. So repositories are basically these things that the CentOS group maintain. It's basically one big long list of software that you can use to install software without having to go out into the internet and find the web page and download it and install it, pretty much the way that you did with VS Code. Now, the reason we did that like that with VS Code is because, well, it doesn't exist in any repository like I'm about to show you. So we need to add one. There is an official CentOS repository called EPEL. It's basically extra software that CentOS can't ship by license. Like there is a requirement that they abide by that just does not allow them to package up some of this software. So we need to add one thing. So first things first. DNF is the command that you'll use to do online installation. This is pretty much what the lab is asking you to do, but with a different package. And the package that we're looking for is EPEL release. Now, it's just easiest to do this. So you don't need sudo for this command, but it's just a good idea to throw it in there every time you do in DNF. So doing a search for EPEL, and you can see here, on yours, I've already done this search, so that was pretty much instant, but on yours, it might take just a few seconds to find this. But once you do, this is the bit that you need. The moment you see that dot, you can stop typing. You don't need this part. When htop comes up, you'll see something very similar as well. So to install EPEL release, you'll run a command that looks like this. So as admin, I want the DNF piece of software to install EPEL release. And all this is really doing is finding the repository here and installing it for you. Most repos are not this easy to install, but EPEL is kind of part of the system anyway, and you just have to go out and say, yes, I do want that. So this goes through and finds keys that you will need. So these are basically just keys that you will use to verify the identity of whoever is hosting EPEL, which is CentOS. So that will verify their identity. And then this will go through and install it. So there's not much to install, so you don't really have to worry too much about this, and it won't take too terribly long. But what you will wait a second for is now htop should be available for you. So you can. And I should have done it before, but if you do a search or an install for htop, it just doesn't work. It just tells you that the package is not available or can't be found, something like that. So if you do what we did with EPEL, but with htop instead, you'll see now htop does exist and it's in there. And again, once you hit that dot, you can skip typing anything after that. So the last of the process is really just DNF install htop. Now, because I'm really just showing you how to do it now, because in the interest of time, I don't want y'all to have to suffer through something that it got changed essentially between the last time I ran this lab and this time I ran this lab, and stupidly, I only tested Ubuntu and OpenSUSE because I was like, well, these are the ones that would make the most changes. Yeah, well, yeah. CentOS tends to never change anything, but so this caught me by surprise. Anyway, this is how you install htop. This is how you'll go through it. Again, you're having to pull down EPEL keys to verify identity. Hit yes. It shouldn't take long. htop is a very small program because this is what it does. All it does is do system monitoring. There you go. So, and it sorts, mostly by CPU usage, so you can see ManDB is, oh, wow, that's interesting. I guess ManDB is just updating manual pages, as I showed you in one of the other videos. But anyway, to get out of here, you can press F10, notice down there, or you can just hit the Q key, and that'll drop you out. And it'll work the same in Ubuntu and OpenSUSE. But I guess the difference there is you don't have to install any extra anything to make htop work, and or to get it to install. And yeah, but using htop should work just that way. So once you start it, Q to get out of there. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure y'all had the information that you needed, because obviously at the beginning you did not. So anyway, that'll do it for this, and this will allow you to get the rest of that lab done.